As I watch this POV cell phone footage from the ICE agent that shot Renée Good, I'm left more frustrated than ever. This woman is clearly, calmly agitating these officers. And as a US citizen, she has the right to protest. Now, she does not have the right to block traffic and impede investigation. But if she's truly an impediment to the operation, how are cars passing her? And why is she waving the agent's car to go around her? Not just once, but twice. Now, any protester even partly blocking the street, it's annoying. And yes, she should have been detained for that. But she's not threatening them. They seem like disruptive protesters, which could definitely be annoying if you don't agree with their cause. But the idea that these two women with cell phones were domestic terrorist threats, that these agents couldn't figure out a way to de-escalate, is pretty damn shocking. The DOJ's policy on use of force specifically breaks down de-escalation. Officers will be trained in de-escalation tactics and techniques designed to gain voluntary compliance from a subject before using force. And such tactics and techniques should be employed if objectively feasible, and they would not increase the danger to the officer or others. When feasible, reducing the need for force allows officers to secure their own safety as well as the safety of the public. But instead of de-escalating, these officers come in so hot, screaming, "Get the F out of the car." They violently reach for her own handle. She begins to freak out. Now, she shouldn't have pulled away. That's unlawful. She should have gotten arrested for that. She did drive recklessly. No one should be disputing those facts. What I think a lot of people are disregarding is the fact that this agent was not in danger. Many are saying the POV footage proves that he got hit. No, it doesn't. You can clearly see him filming with his cell phone in his left hand, as the other agent violently tries to open the door, and which we can see from his POV that she is not only backing up, but clearly turning her wheel to drive around him. And speaking of that POV, Kim, shout out to this TikToker for catching this.
Did you catch that? While they're having their exchange, he walks further around the car, and then he does this. He switches the phone from his right hand to his left hand, because what side of his body is his firearm on? See, he was ready. He switched his phone from his right hand to his left hand so his right hand could be ready. This was before the car was moving, because Renée only started driving forward once this guy started pulling on her door trying to open it. But Jonathan Ross already had his gun unholstered.
He's pulled out his pistol and begun aiming before she's even revved her engine. Listen for yourself. Which goes against the DOJ's own policy of deadly force. Firearms may not be discharged solely to disable moving vehicles. Specifically, firearms may not be discharged at a moving vehicle unless a person in the vehicle is threatening the officer or another person with deadly force by means other than the vehicle, or the vehicle is operated in a manner that threatens to cause death or serious physical injury to the officer or others, and no other objectively reasonable means of defense appear to exist, which includes moving out of the path of the vehicle. You're telling me when you watch this officer's POV, he didn't have an opportunity to step out of the way of the car? And instead, his instinct was to grab his gun and aim?
It was an act of domestic terrorism.
A domestic terrorist?
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you.
They got stuck in the snow because of the adverse weather that is in Minneapolis. They were attempting to push out their vehicle, and a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over and ram them with her vehicle.
Run them over and ram them? She maybe grazed one officer's arm, and that's not okay. She should be arrested for this. But put in danger of his life? The only real dangerous action with the car is when they shot her, and her limp body in a moving car crashes into other cars, nearly killing innocent bystanders. Legally, this officer may have a defense to get off of this. But ethically, morally, this was the instinct he should have had? This is what we're teaching our ICE agents to have in such a divisive, hot-bedded political climate? Shoot first, ask questions later? To US citizens? To mothers who are peacefully protesting? Or only people who storm the Capitol get that kind of courtesy?
She was killed, and she shouldn't have been killed. And that thug that killed her, there was no reason to shoot her. At blank range, cold blank range, they shot her. That officer, bad things should happen to him. He shot her, and she was totally defenseless. They shot a young lady in the face who was protesting They shot her in the vest.
And her death is like totally fine because we don't like her politics?
The only one that was killed was a beautiful young lady. She was shot. She had never been shot. She was shot for no reason whatsoever.
Ashley Babbitt, who ignored officers' warnings to break inside the Capitol, is a beautiful woman who should have never been shot. Renée Nicole Good, a domestic terrorist. Make it make sense. Now I'll concede again, she should not have accelerated. That made things worse. But context matters. Fear matters. And fear goes both ways. When law enforcement escalates first, especially in a climate where people reasonably fear masked agents and wrongful detentions, panic responses are not surprising. And when social media feeds are filled with real clips of ICE agents doing this.
We were both dead asleep.
When they say ICE agents stormed into their room,
Ordering me out of bed and put me against the wall and handcuffed me.
They had called a female agent because they realized I wasn't dressed. And she saw me filming and she jumped on top of me to try and get my phone. And I pushed her off once and she jumped again and snatched it from my hand.
This is happening to people every day, not the country I serve for.
and anger over why this happened in the first place.
Really, you fucking punk? That's what you're gonna fucking do?
What?
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 What? Do you know what
Back
the fuck
up.
is that is for?
Back up.
What is that for?
Back up.
What is that for?
Back up.
What is that for?
Back up.
You're gonna push me? What is that for?
Back up.
What was that
I don't
for?
give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck about
Back
her?
up. Bro.
This is why we're here.
Back up.
This is why we're here.
Back up.
What's her name? Renée Good?
Back up.
And you fucking, that's a memorial to her. That's a memorial to her.
You guys just murdered somebody in cold blood in this city today, and God brought you guys to me at work. I'm literally working here, and you guys are literally impeding my income, asking me retarded questions. You know, I've been sitting here since 10 a.m. waiting for a ride, and right now I'm getting rides. And if I leave, I'm afraid you motherfuckers might just shoot me.
Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
Why would I answer you? I'm working, dude.
You are from this country.
What do you mean? What do you mean if I'm from this country?
I can hear you don't have the same accent as me. That's why I'm
Oh, so you're going by accents now?
Have y'all not learned from the past couple of days? Have you not learned?
Learned what? What's our lesson here? What do you want us to learn?
Following federal agents.
Give me my phone
Following
back.
fucking
No, you
federal
can't take my
agents.
phone.
Right now, so you're not free to record. No, we are free to record.
Yeah, we're not free to record.
You're detained right now, sir.
No, we're not detained. They haven't told us we're detained.
They didn't say nothing about I'm telling you right now, you're
No,
detained.
we're not detained. Nope. Look.
I got that too on recording already. And you are not allowed to do this.
They're not detained.
Get off the phone. Turn the phone off. Say it again.
Mira. Get up.
We got you too, brother. Don't worry. I thought you'd be taller. You're a lot shorter in real life. No. You video me, I video you. That's how it works. I did not threaten you. We got everybody here documenting I didn't threaten you. I didn't make a threat. You took a video of me. I let you know I was taking a video of you. What's the threat? Can someone call the police, please?
Now, we didn't make that montage just make a blanket indictment against all ICE agents. Obviously, there are officers in the system that have empathy, that have families, who've shown compassion, who've walked into protests and even hugged and de-escalated tense moments with the people they encounter on the streets. That's what makes the pattern I just showed so much more troubling. Because if some agents can choose restraint, communication, and calm, and some are choosing to escalate and reach for their firearm first, that tells you the problem isn't just one person.
One more time and I will put you in handcuffs.
To me, it says something about the culture and the training, that the default choice is lethal force in these types of situations. What still deserves serious scrutiny is not just what she did, but what he chose first. Why did this situation move so quickly toward a firearm instead of de-escalation? Why wasn't the priority creating space, calming the encounter, or stepping back when there was room to do so? We're told de-escalation is the standard. We're told deadly force is a last resort, not a preemptive one. If officers are trained to reach for a gun before attempting to slow things down, that's not just a tragic outcome, that's a systematic failure. We can both acknowledge her mistake, but also ask why aggressive, overreacting policing still keeps getting normalized.
Because this was an attack on federal law enforcement, this was an attack on law and order, this was an attack on the American people.
Which begs the question, why would society want us to be fighting so aggressively? What are they distracting us from? Good questions that I think I should be evaluating more on my new channel, Popcorn Plutocracy. where I want to start talking about more of the stuff we're not supposed to, with experts who can illuminate me on things I clearly don't fully understand. But let's try to learn together. Please hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned for more.